Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a reaction and review for the Darksiders 3 official trailer. Honestly, I can't even freaking believe that this is a thing that I'm even able to do. I thought Darksiders was done. I don't know why you'd be watching this if you don't care about Darksiders, but if you are, play Darksiders. Darksiders 1 is it's a fun action game. It's a hack and slash, but it has RPG elements to it with like certain weapons, and you can go through and get, different upgrades and attacks, and obviously attacks are different damage and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty decent game with some good weapons in it. Darksiders 2, however, is like leagues beyond the first game. Like the first game is fun, but it's like a linear game. You can unlock some stuff. It has some cool elements where it's like, you get weapons, and there's backtracking where you go to locations. It's technically open world, but it's a fairly linear. Well, it's not even open world. It's one of like the open world not open world sandbox. That's the same thing. Excuse me, close quarters sandbox, I guess is the best way to put it. You got like your couple of coordinates, and you go back and forth as you get new weapons and like new areas and stuff like that. But it's fairly straightforward. It's like you do this, so you have to go here. It's not like, oh, I'm just playing around, so I went here to do this mission or that mission. That's not what the first game is like. It's almost there, but it's not there. Darksiders 2 is where it's at, where you get to do whatever you freaking want. You go this way, you go that way. You have a main mission, but there are a buttload of side missions. It truly is an open world game, and you get new areas as the game continues. Death also looks way cooler than War does with the outfit and just the mask and stuff, and he's just sweet. He dual wields. He has like sickles instead of one giant scythe. It's actually super sweet. And then you get other weapons. You can get like hammer, or not hammer, but well, you can get hammer-based weapons. You can get gauntlets. It's so freaking sweet. Like, it's such a fun game. The sequel's amazing, and I waited forever. And I know Darksiders 3 initially was supposed to be like a 4-player co-op deal. I doubt that's going to be the case at this point. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I didn't even think we were getting this. So obviously, I'm super excited. I just wanted to talk about why I like Darksiders so much and how it's one of those things where I was like, I really never thought it was going to happen, especially with everything that happened with THQ. I thought it was done for sure, like how things were being sold off and everything. I was like, oh, this is done. Like, that sucks. And maybe someone will revive it, but I thought that dream was dead and gone. And now it's like Darksiders 3. So here we are. We're going to get into this trailer, and I'm super excited for what we're going to get. The new character, I believe it's Strife, or it's someone, they might say the name, I don't know, but I know it's neither of the guys from the first game. It's one of the newer characters. So I'm excited to get into this and see what they show off. So this THQ Nordic. Okay, so there's more. That's interesting. I love how they put it into slow motion. Real biblical talk. Fury, okay. That was, I knew there was one of them that they changed. So we got like some super devilish Castlevania style attacks, I can imagine. Ah, that's it? Ah, dang. I mean, it's the first trailer. Okay. 2018. So, officially next year. But man, I'm so excited. So, not much to the trailer. We just find out that Fury is the person. I know there's some concept art out there that we can check out as well. But just going off of this very first trailer, one of the things I actually love, because I do remember, like, as soon as they showed War chained up and they show like the 3 talking lava skull things, I was like, oh crap. I instantly remembered the actual story to the game. I won't spoil it here just in case anyone is checking this out and you haven't played the first one. It actually does tie in, like they mentioned betrayal and stuff like that, and that's very interesting. And the fact that he's chained up really makes me wonder how this is all going to play out, because this seems to be the thing. It's really, really weird. But for anyone who hasn't played the games, they kind of have this thing where it's basically, okay, well, I'm assuming if this does well, which I really, really hope it does, we're going to get Darksiders 4, which is going to be the final person. So we have War, we have Death, and now we're getting Fury. And I think the last was Wrath, I guess. I forgot. Those are always the ones that they end up changing up, because it's typically Death, War, Pestilence, and Famine, which is like almost the same thing, really. And so they changed out Famine for Fury, I believe, and then I think Pestilence might still be the same. I'm not 100% sure, but basically, you have one story that centers around like the craziness with War, and then you get to the sequel, and it's like, okay, cool, because you get the end of the first game, it's like, oh man, I can't wait for the sequel, and then the sequel kind of pulls a bit of a switcheroo on you. It's like, oh, okay, sweet. I can't wait for the third game, and now this seems to be doing the same thing, where it's like, all right, well, let's just, introduce the characters first, and it's almost like they're doing it's the Darksiders video game universe, where it's like, check all this stuff out before they officially come together, because, it's there, but not yet. So that seems to be what they're doing again for this game, which is a very interesting tactic. But the games are fun in general, so it doesn't matter. It just actually gets you more and more hyped. And like I said, I hope this one does well, so that we do officially get 4. And then Darksiders 5, I guess, would be like the final one. They could make more if they want to, but that could be the one where it's like you get 1 through 4, and you get the 4 Horsemen games, and then you get Darksiders 5, and maybe you get the crazy 4-player co-op Darksiders game with all of them, and everybody gets to control a different horseman. So maybe that's what we'll get. Maybe it's not. But whether it is or isn't, they seem to be sticking true to kind of the ultimate tease of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So that's interesting to see that that's where they're going with this one. Considering, like I said, him being chained up, and I don't want to spoil the story, but like I said, if you play the first game, you'll understand why it's like, okay, I know what they're doing here, because they did it. It's what they did with the second game as well. So it's very interesting to kind of see this play out already, where it's like, still gotta wait. I feel like I'm already reliving my Devil May Cry things, where I've been waiting for Dante in Hell since Devil May Cry 2, and then 3 came out. I was like, can't wait, prequel. Can't wait for 4, integral, and now DMC. So I'm just stuck waiting for stuff. But this might actually continue. So buy Darksiders 3 so we can get 4, and then finally get to what I've been waiting for since the first game, the end of the first game, because I think it's going to be sweet when we finally get there. But I like this trailer. I like that we're getting, we have to. I would assume, we'd have to get another one of the Horsemen, because we've only gotten to play as 2 of them. And I'm excited to see what they do. One of the big elements of the second game, like I said, was the fact that you have specific weapons, but you get to switch. Like, Death has 2 scythe that he can basically put together into a staff, like double-sided scythe. But it's interesting because you can get gauntlets and have hammers and 2-handed weapons, and she has his whip. So they all have their weapons, because War also has like a giant sword as his main weapon, but he gets other weapons. He actually gets a weapon that represents all the other characters. And I remember who the other person is. I don't remember the name, but their weapon was a gun. And I remember that now, because I'm like, man, I can't remember who it was. I think it is Wrath, and Wrath uses guns, because you get a gun in the first game that's based off of, you get 1 weapon for every person, and I think you get a whip for Fury, you get, of course, a scythe for Death, and I think you get a gun for Wrath. So when we get to Darksiders 4, we're going to have some gunplay, and I'm really excited for that. So in general, I'm super freaking excited. I know I'm just obviously the trailer was hardly any part of this video since it was a reveal trailer, but this is mostly I love Darksiders. I wanted to just gush and be a super nerd about this, because it's one of those things where it never really got super popular. Darksiders 2 did get fairly popular because it was such a huge expansion upon the first game and its mechanics, and it's just like that epic sequel where it's like, the first one's fun, but it's kind of like, you can pass it. The second one's like, I don't think anyone should miss that game, because it's such a great RPG game. and it's just really freaking good. The enemies are great. The action is good. The special attacks are like phenomenal. Some of the special attacks are some of the craziest freaking things you do, like crazy bone tornadoes. That is insane. You play this stuff. So I really love the reveal trailer for that. Can't wait to see more of it. I'm probably going to look into a lot of the fan art, or not fan art, but concept art for this. Would love to know how you guys feel about Darksiders 3 officially being announced, and just the fact that it's freaking even happening. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite parts about the trailer, your least favorite parts about it. For those of you that have played the other Darksiders games, I would love to know your feelings about where the story takes place. If you maybe get a refresher if you don't remember how things played out. But we'll love to know how you guys feel about the story kind of falling in line with the second one, where it seems like they're making a trend. And if we do get the fourth one, we know how that's going to end as well. It's just kind of the journey leading to the end, and then that's going to lead to Darksiders 5. So I'd love to know how you guys feel about that, and just what you guys think about this game being revealed in general. So please put your comments down in the comment section below, and of course, thanks for watching.